Hi, I'm Jordana Michelle, lesbian love coach and creator of Women Wanting Women, the place to be to learn the secrets of how women attract each other and to find and keep lesbian love. And there are links below if you want free access to some of what I teach there. But in this video, I want to talk about the 5 biggest, most pervasive lies that I hear all the time from the single lesbians I meet. And this is really important because these lies are self-defeating. If you're looking to find real love with a lesbian, buying into any one of these lies will be a major roadblock to finding her. When we believe these lies, they psych us out, turn dating into a miserable experience, and undermine our ability to connect with the right partner for the long term. Have you ever been frustrated trying to find love as a lesbian? If so, then it might be because you're believing one of these lies. It doesn't have to be this way. That's why I'm going to go through each lie one by one and explain why you absolutely should not believe it. The first lie that I hear all the time in lesbian dating is that it's harder for lesbians to find love. One of the biggest complaints I hear from lesbians who are single is that it's harder for us to find love than any other demographic. And I can relate to feeling this way because I didn't meet the woman I'm going to marry until I was 41. And there were multiple years of my life when I had nobody to date and no idea how or when that would ever change. The problem is that women are picky. Because we're women, we're extra picky about whom we'd actually want to date. And since the people we want to date are women too, they're also picky and there are fewer of them who'd want to date us. So compared to straight people and gay guys, lesbians tend to go on far fewer dates when we're between relationships. And that can feel like torture when we're single and lonely. But the fact that we go on fewer dates when we're single doesn't mean that finding love is harder. We lesbians bring a U-Haul to our second dates. When 2 women who are a good match find each other, they tend to jump right away into having a relationship together because they know how precious and rare it is to find a connection like that. When you're dating men, it's harder to get them to commit. Lesbians don't tend to have that problem. Lesbians are known to fall in love faster and easier than straight people or gay guys. So the idea that it's harder for us to find love is simply not true. It's a big, fat lie. The second biggest lie that holds lesbians back in dating is that there are no attractive lesbians to meet. Let me be very clear about something. Hot lesbians are everywhere. There are 8 billion people on this planet, half of whom are women, and 1 out of every 10 women is LGBT. Every day there are new queer women who are moving towns, breaking up, coming out of the closet, and starting to date again. You have no idea who's out there and who's not. It's easy for us to think about everyone we've ever met and convince ourselves that that's the whole world. But even if you go out and meet a million people, that's not even 1/100% of all the humans alive. There are more women out there for you to meet than you can possibly conceive of. It's just a matter of putting yourself out there to find them. The idea that there's nobody worth meeting is completely wrong. And when we let ourselves believe that, it becomes impossible to motivate ourselves to try. Because only a fool would try to find a thing that doesn't exist. So stop telling yourself that lie and remind yourself instead that hot lesbians are everywhere. And then do whatever it takes to meet as many people as you can until you find the ones you share a mutual spark with. The third biggest lie in lesbian dating is that meeting women online doesn't work. Let's be real about something. 99% of the time, when women are serious about finding a partner, the first place they look is on the dating apps. If you don't have a profile up on at least 2 or 3 of the best current apps, and if you're not checking them regularly, then you're easy to miss even when the right women are looking for you. And while it's definitely true that a big chunk of the people you connect with on dating apps will be either scammers or swingers or cheaters or phonies, there are buried treasures to find there too if you're willing to dig through it. Dating apps have made it exponentially easier for women like us to find each other. Online dating allows you to show up in any city, any place in the world, and have your profile shown to all the other queer women in the area to see who's available and attracted to you. That's an absolute miracle compared to how dating used to be. If you lie to yourself and say the apps don't work, you're just throwing away one of the best resources queer women have ever had for finding love. The fourth biggest lie lesbians tell themselves in dating is that they'll never find anyone better than their ex. Look, there's almost nothing more painful than being left by someone we don't want things to end with. And it's completely normal when we're brokenhearted and not yet over someone to feel that nobody else will ever be able to make us as happy as she did. But one of the most important things we must do as we're healing our broken hearts is to let go of that story, because it's completely made up. You have no actual proof of how your ex compares to the rest of the queer women on Earth, because there are 8 billion humans and you haven't even met a fraction of the smallest fraction of who's out there. The idea that your ex is better for you than anyone else ever could be is a story that you invented when you were a couple. And that was great back then, because when we're with someone, the more we tell ourselves they're perfect for us, the easier it is for us to be a committed, loyal partner. But once someone leaves you, she no longer deserves to be placed on a pedestal or idealized in your mind. There's almost nothing more toxic to your present-day love life than glorifying a relationship you had in the past. Your future love will be every bit as amazing as anyone you loved before. No matter how wonderful your ex was, it's simply a lie to tell yourself that you'll never find anyone better. Don't believe it. And the fifth biggest lie lesbians tell themselves in dating is that they're going to be alone forever. Now, I'll admit it. Being single can feel very lonely. And sometimes when we're single, there are months or even years that can go by without us meeting someone we're excited about who wants us back. It's common for women who exclusively date women to be single and alone for long stretches of time. And I've been there just as much as anyone else. And despite how much I longed for love, there were years that went by when I couldn't find anyone I wanted to date, didn't have anyone I wanted to be intimate with, and was stuck completely alone. That was extremely frustrating and painful to live through. During those times of loneliness, it's easy to get insecure and start to question ourselves. It's normal to feel like there's something wrong with us, that we're not getting chosen because we're inadequate or not good enough. And the more we believe that, the less possible it seems that we'll ever actually find the kind of love that works. But it's very important not to let yourself get manipulated by that lie. Being single is not a permanent condition in your life, and the past is not a reflection of your future. You are guaranteed to find someone to love as long as you continuously grow as a person, put yourself out there to meet new people, and avoid wasting time chasing women who don't reciprocate your feelings. Telling yourself that you'll end up alone just puts you in a weakened position. And that negativity, even if it's subtle and subconscious, automatically makes you less attractive to other women. It's a self-inflicted wound that you need to avoid giving yourself. because women will think you're way hotter if you walk around with the attitude that you know for sure that you're going to find an amazing partner, whether it's her or someone else. And that's what you should believe because it's an absolute fact. So those are the 5 biggest lies in lesbian dating. Anytime you hear one of these lies come up in conversation or in your head, try to remember as quickly as possible to disregard it entirely. You deserve to feel optimistic and excited about the future because this world is full of queer women who will be just as attracted to you as you are to them when you finally meet. And it's just a matter of time before you cross paths with one of them, and together you'll have the opportunity to build a relationship and make each other happier than you've ever been. And that's the truth. So until next time, keep remembering that hot lesbians are everywhere, that love is real, and that the woman of your dreams is on her way into your life in perfect timing. And I will see you in the next video.